Many people are struggling with how the world looks right now, trying to make peace within the chaos. And if you are afraid of the future, feel frustrated, worried, anxious, and want to change, want to create a better life for themselves and their families. And the important question that arises for many, how can I become a powerful, intentional co-creator? I wanted to hear this answer to this question myself from one of the experts on this topic. That's why today I invited a very special guest who will share with us the secrets of becoming a powerful, intentional co-creator. Grow your wealth, live on your terms. Hello, powerful people. Welcome to the Conversations with Experts, the show that connects you with experts in different areas of life. Our intention is to help you be your best self and create your best rich life. I'm Millen, Livis, the host of the show and international holistic financial independence mentor. Here's the thing. Money worries, anxiety, and fear of financial future are among top causes of stress and disease in the modern world. If you don't want to worry about money when you are in your 60s, 70s, and 80s, then stop doing what's not working for you. Stop wasting time and start strategically planning your way to financial success and independence now. And to help you with this intention, I want to provide you a great resource, my Wealth Planner, that you can download at this link right here. So download it and work your way through it right now. And if you want real-time support and like-minded community, join the Wealth Building for Powerful Women Facebook group. Here's the link to this group as well. So I hope I will see you around. All right. Now, let's move on to our topic today, how to become a powerful co-creator. And my magnificent guest today is Martina Waidhas. Welcome, Martina. And I hope I pronounce your last name correctly. I forgot to ask you if it's correct pronunciation. So welcome, welcome. And by the way, how do you pronounce your last name?
Hi, Millen. Thank you. It's an honor to be on your show. Thank you for having me. It's pronounced Waidhas.
Waidhas. Okay.
Yes, but it's all good.
Yeah. So I'm so honored and so grateful to have you on the podcast today. I know a little bit about you, and I want to introduce you officially. And I want people to know that I'm a big fan and that you helped me during the challenging time when my mom was very sick. So Martina Waidhas is an alternative health practitioner, medical intuitive, healer, and communicator who works with humans and animals to facilitate healing in body, mind, and soul. She had studied a wide range of healing practices, including epigenetics, quantum healing, energy psychology, spinal column and joint therapy, and holds a master level in Reiki and the NIS, neurological integration system therapy. As a former chef, Martina is passionate about the link between our food and illnesses. Originally from Germany, she now lives in Croatia. Martina brings a holistic approach to her work that is very unique. Her unique combination of skills and holistic approach to her work gives her an insight and range of healing practices that are customized to individual clients and truly unparalleled. All right, Martina. So a lot of questions that I have for you today. And because we have limited time today, I wanted to start right away with something that the foundation for this conversation. What does it mean to become a co-creator, a powerful co-creator?
You may not think of that even a thought is energy. Every thought, every word, every action is energy that vibrates out there. And depending on your thoughts, your emotions, You're sending out this frequency, and by doing so, it influences everyone else. We, as a soul, having a human experience, are like the drop, but at the same time, we are the ocean. This is how powerful a single thought or emotion that we have is creating for everyone else. So if you feel sad or angry or even hate or rage, grieve, then it goes out there. And those that are open to receive, that we function kind of like a radio, receiving and sending, they will receive that and we will add to their frequency. This is how powerful we are. So don't never underestimate even the slightest thought that you have. Catch you in the track when you feel like, oh, I'm kind of like not okay with something. Catch yourself and change your thoughts. Step back and look at where are the benefits. Every situation, really every situation has its good sides, its benefits. And always make a choice. Make a conscious choice to look at what does work, not at what is not working.
I just, I love to hear that because it's basically, it's my philosophy as well, that it's very important to choose your focus intentionally, to choose what you give energy to, right? So very,
Correct.
very important. And also, like we often say, I just want to leave this world a better place. And, as many thought leaders and famous saints used to say that if you want to change the world, start with yourself. And it doesn't have to be something big, but it's
No,
just trying to be more compassionate, more loving, not only to others, which is important, but also to yourself, right? And that's and the next question that I have for you. I speak with a lot of women, right? And I often hear sentences like, "I'm afraid of the future. I'm afraid of not being able to support myself, not only financially but even physically, right? So how do I create something different for myself?" Or also something like, "I'm struggling with how the world looks right now. How can I find peace within this chaos that we're experiencing right now?" So, what would you say to people who have these thoughts? And could you give some simple, practical ideas, suggestions for them? How can they start feeling better about themselves, about their lives, about their family, about their maybe business or work, in a very simple ways that they could start doing right away?
well, the entire topic, we could talk hours about it, but I will now go into a very broad topic: time. Time, lifetimes, timelines. Time does not really exist. So focusing on what we call the past doesn't make sense. It doesn't change anything. Even if you go there, it doesn't change. It only brings back the same frequency from what you think you remember, which is all only stories, by the way, stories that our brain is telling us. And the future does also not really exist. We are now, in that moment, in that very moment. And when we look at that simple fact, nothing exists. It's only different timelines. Well, only, maybe not the right word. It's different timelines. So where does it make sense to go to the past and struggle with past events, or worry about the future? And the interesting thing is, our brains, and now that's the physical brain, it tends to create always the worst case scenario. Doesn't make sense. Being in the here and now creates the foundation for our tomorrow. And how can you do that? That's easy. One of the most powerful exercises, and exercise sounds like boot camp, it's not, deep belly breathing. Deep belly breathing does so much. It does not only bring you into the here and now, it's receptor cells in the lower parts of your lungs that when expand, you just relax. Your adrenals are calmed down, and the parasympathetic part, like the counterpart of the stress, the fight and flight, is activated just by breathing in deeply. On the other hand, we help balance our blood pH level and bring in more oxygen. So, three benefits in just doing this one easy thing. Going out for walks, going out into the sun. So important. Don't be scared about the sunshine. This was a big, big, big lie when they told us the sun causes cancer. Of course, if you get burned out there, that's a problem. But enjoying the sun, maybe using some natural sunscreen like olive oil or coconut oil, carrot oil for those that are very sensitive, is the best you can do. And also skip the sunglasses. Try sun gazing, so powerful. Take off your shoes, walking barefoot as much as possible. It just changes the ions. That's all these wonderful, easy to do things. Take an Epsom salt bath. 20 minutes, no longer, no shorter. Set the alarm, but that's wonderful. It helps detox. It helps you relax. If you add a little bit of baking soda, maybe some lavender oil, it's the most relaxing, joyful thing. Listening to music, but pay attention, have the 432 hertz music, not the conventional produced one. That
Wow.
was not a good thing to produce it like that. So go with the 432 hertz. There is music out there. Um, you will find it like on YouTube, or you listen to Bach music if you like that. The German.
Mozart too, right?
Sorry,
Mozart, classical music, classical music.
I only know for sure that Bach did use this frequency.
Okay.
So that's really, really powerful and quiet. Having everything quiet, pull back, no noise. That's also very, very helpful. Just being with you, watching your breath. Again, we are back at the breathing. Just watch it. Imagine how the oxygen goes in and starts healing everything. So it's easy to do things that bring you back to the very moment, to the right now. And when you are happy for no reason, being in the here and now, then you manifest exactly the happiness for the future. You take away all the worry. You cannot worry when you do the deep belly breathing, when you are relaxed. There is no place for worry.
You know,
So,
it's interesting. I love what you said. I know also you mentioned before when we talked before this um, video started that drinking water in the morning with lemon, a little bit of lemon juice is also
right,
very important. So all of these things, you know, I see sometimes that my body is my responsibility. It's like a animal nature of me that it's my responsibility to take care of it because right
right,
now it embodies my soul. And if
right,
I want to have this experience on this physical plane, I have to. It's my responsibility to take care of this physical temple that I have, right? And something else I wanted to say: going for walks. This is for me. It's a me time, right? Being
right,
on the sun, just looking at nature around, looking at
right,
little creatures. This is very simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be expensive, right? We have these resources. We just forget in the busyness of life. We just forget
Right.
that we have this, all of this. Beautiful. And I remember what I wanted to say. Many people feel like once I have a lot of money, once I marry this the white knight, once I have the work that I love, then I will be happy. And the truth is that it's actually the other way around, right? So you've
Right.
got to practice being happy, like you said, for no reason. And
Yeah.
it's not easy. It's easier said than done. I understand that.
Yeah.
But we have to practice being happy with what we have and where we are right now, and especially with ourselves.
Right. But
Being compassionate to ourselves as well. Then we will be in a better position to create what we
right.
want. Sorry, go ahead.
But to be grateful can start in a very easy way. Again, you wake up in the morning. Why don't you just start being grateful for waking up? So many don't wake up. You have eyes to see, you have ears to listen, and if you don't have, you have your sense, you can feel. So look at those things. When your entire body hurts, look for that part of the body that doesn't hurt. And if it's the little toe, look at it and oh, there is something that is okay, that does not hurt. Change your perception. Always try to look at what is working. Again, here we are. Um, it can be easy, but people think it has to be big. It has to be something huge, the huge car that you have to be grateful for. No, it can be the bicycle. And if you don't have a bicycle, be grateful that you have a pair of shoes. If you don't, be grateful for your feet because you can walk without shoes. Keep it simple. Put away all these things that we have been taught for centuries at the end, that it has to be complicated. No, the more simple we keep it, the easier it gets.
I love what you're saying. Sometimes when um, I have interviews and people ask me, like, when you just came from Lithuania and you had no money and you had no job, and it was a, in many ways, financial and emotional struggle. What do you think kept you going? And I said, intuitively, I didn't know about personal development. Intuitively, I was focused on what was working in our lives. We had each other, we were healthy, we were young, etc. So intuitively, that's what saved us. That's what kept me going. And that's what
Wonderful.
eventually turned our lives around. So
Right.
very, very powerful message, very powerful. And
Yeah.
remember, people, perception determines your experiences, and perception is programmable. So you can program your perception, you can program how you perceive certain experiences, right?
Right.
Something else that I really wanted to ask you, because this is kind of like I hear about karma a lot, and some people are afraid of karma, some people don't believe in karma. So could you talk a little bit about how does karma impact our lives?
Yeah. Well, we already talked about it. It's frequency. So your word, your thought, your action creates something that will bounce back to you. We can also use the law of resonance, the law of manifestation, the law of attraction, whatever you prefer. It's all some kind of karma. This is just another word for it. And we don't have to be scared. If we take responsibility for our words, thoughts, and actions, we don't have to be scared of the karma. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. But then look at it and acknowledge it and say, yeah, that's my human part. I made a mistake. What can I do now to change the situation? Stop the judging. It all goes back to the same over and over again. Loving yourself. I made a mistake. Well, everybody makes mistakes.
It's being human, right? That's why we're
Right.
here, to learn from the mis, and we will not only we learn more from the mistakes than from our successes, because
Right,
that's when we kind of like pause and look uh, and get some insights from this.
right.
So basically, karma is the law of what you give, that's what you get back. It's like a law of
What you
boomerang, right? What goes out comes back.
exactly, exactly. What you vibrate out will come back to you.
Yeah, and I see it so often, like, with some people who I work with, and they would have certain choices, certain decisions, and I will say, have you toward others, for example, or toward their responsibilities, and I will say, have have it ever happened to you, like in a similar way, that someone was not responsible toward you, or was not really paying what you lended these people, etc. And not surprisingly, they had these experiences. So
Yeah,
people, definitely, it's we don't know how it works or why it works, but we know that it does work that way. What you put out comes back to you, and that's what karma is. Like Martina explained, that it's a frequency that you
yeah.
contribute to the universal creation.
To,
So,
to, to use the words of Nikola Tesla, if you want to understand the universe, speak frequency, learn frequency. That's all. Everything is frequency. Every tissue of our body, every illness, every event, your chair, the table, everything is
and
frequency.
every word too,
Every
right?
word, thoughts, words, everything.
Yeah.
But the most powerful, by the way, the most devastating thing you can do is having negative self communication, because that's so toxic inside of you, and that creates illness and disease. The physical toxins are not the problem. Our body can deal in a perfect way with it, our brains, but the subconscious thoughts, the negative self communication that goes on like 24/7, that is toxic. So it's about clearing these thoughts. Start loving yourself, and start now, start today. You're worth it.
Because we often talk about being compassionate toward others, but it's very, very important to be compassionate
Right.
toward yourself.
Yeah.
And so, Martina, if you could summarize, like, how do you become a powerful co-creator? If you could just give us like a overall kind of statement, so people will take it and run with it. Uh, I want to become powerful creator, and I can do it by. Could you just give us like summary of this?
Well, we all mentioned that it's the self love, and that is basically all you need. Loving yourself unconditionally, being in the here and now, no judgment, no attachment. That's a biggie,
That's a big one. That's a
attachments.
big one.
But if you let go of the attachment, again, no negative self communication. So it's all these programmed things, all these labels that we have been programmed with, starting from like embryo, that keep us small, that keep us within the box. But if you start doing these things that we have been talking about today, being in the here and now, doing some beneficial things to yourself, to your physical body, being right now in this moment, then you will notice very quickly that there is not even a box. And that's the beautiful thing. There is no box. There is no label. Is it good? Is it bad? Who knows? Just leave it to the universe. Trust, have trust and patience that the universe is supporting us, is guiding us. Be open to receive those messages, those little messages, and they can be words, they can be, maybe you get a call and The other person is just mentioning one word, and in that moment, it's clear in front of you. Awareness, open, openness here. It can be that simple. Just stop all the negativity, all the low emotional frequency stuff that is no longer helpful. We are in the midst of this evolution right now, and it's so powerful. Just be like, I command what is no longer helpful to be released now, and I command to download what I'm ready to receive. And you will get the messages. Just trust the process. Everybody can do that.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much for this beautiful summary of very powerful, very important, but also could be sometimes complex. So what I'm
Right,
saying is that it doesn't have to be complex topic, people, right? So what Martina just summarized is fairly simple and available. It may not always be easy, especially if you're going through some challenging financial time or health-wise or something like that, but you are a powerful creator
right,
and you create anyway. So we're talking about intentional creation right now, like
right.
really be intentional,
Yeah,
okay, with your focus, with your emotions, with your thoughts. And yeah, so awareness is a biggie. Not being attached to the outcome of your efforts is a biggie. So there are some really important aspects in this conversation.
yeah,
So Martina, I just so grateful to have this opportunity to talk to you in person today, because we message each other often, but don't speak like that that often. So I want to ask you, what gift do you have today for our listeners, people who watch this interview? I know that you have something very powerful for them.
yes. I choose a freebie, a recording, which is truly powerful. It may sound like, oh, another recording, but it's not. It comes with really high frequency, and it's about unconditional love, self love. So, the best start for you to go on that journey. It's basically doing the work for you. You only have to listen and just consider the possibility that it can change your world. I
Love it.
created,
And you also have some extended option, right? Because I know we talked about this
yes,
before.
I created a whole package of recordings that all match exactly that topic. So anyone that wants to go deeper here or even start working um, with me later, it's like the power of the present moment, detaching from the outcome, the power of taking responsibility, and at the end becoming a divine co-creator. So this package covers it all, and it guides you on your path to becoming exactly that co-creator. It will support you, and it's basically done for you. So just sit down, listen, and that's it basically.
People love done for you, and I can tell you that I listen to this recordings. I listen to different recordings in this package. It's amazing. You don't have to think, you just be present, and frequencies itself, like Martina explained, will do the work for you. So people, I hope you will take advantage of this. I will write overview of this conversation, and will give you Martina's email if you want to email her, or if you want to connect on Facebook, just DM her. She is an amazing person. She is very compassionate, very loving, and very, very powerful healer. Okay, so thank you again, Martina, for everything that you do in the world, all the people who you heal, all the people that you helped. I really appreciate that. And I want to thank all of you who made time today to watch this interview. Obviously, you see the value in this conversation. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And I look forward to seeing you next week, next Wednesday, the same time, the same place. Thank you so much. Be blessed.